Hey YouTube, it's Reverend Lance. Today I want to talk about the philosophy of achievement. People who ended up making tremendous accomplishments change the way they think. You have to produce healthy thoughts in order to be not only to be an achiever, but to be successful. True success begins when you change your thoughts. You have to believe in your heart that you are an achiever. Even if you fail at something, you still need to believe that you will one day succeed at the thing that you fail. Every philosopher, educator have all failed at something. That's why they call it strengths and weaknesses. As a kid, you want to be aware of your strength and you want to be aware of your weakness. You can improve on your weaknesses. Any weaknesses that you have, that's not a permanent thing. It can be improved with education, reading, self-educating. For example, using myself as an example, science is my weakness. That is the subject where I demonstrate the most weaknesses. While I was incarcerated, I spent time at the library at Elgin Mental Health Center. And I learned that an ectomorph is a skinny person, an endomorph is a fat person, and a mesomorph is a strong person. In relating these three terms to success, you are what you produce. Meaning, if I work hard at what I do, I can be a mesomorph. I could be a money maker. I could be an endomorph. I can be an ectomorph. Whatever I choose, how I want my body to look, I am the product of what I think in terms of that athletic field. Regardless of my medical condition, regardless of people saying that it's genetics, you're going to always be big and fat, I can choose to believe that, or I can believe in my mind that one day I will lose weight. Or I can I even got a better approach. I don't care how I look. I love the way I look. I tell myself I love the way I look so I can be an impression of other people who are struggling with their weight to not be down on themselves. In other words, here's what I'm saying. If you are negative, if you have a sour attitude, then you are training yourself to fail. To train yourself to be successful involves changing the way you think. You have to think positively about yourself in order to be successful. You got to work on people, places, and things. People referring to yourself, places referring to the people you see, the way you go, and things, the material things that you possess. People, places, and things represent our thoughts. Those are what they call nouns. A noun is a person, place, or thing. I think of a thing, the thing in this case refers to our thoughts. The people in this case refer to ourselves. And the places refers to where we surround ourselves with, the people, others in our surroundings. If I believe that I'm a failure, then I'm a failure, because I am what I think. If I change the way I think in order to be successful, in order to be positive towards myself, then I will in return reap positive energy. I got to throw out positivity in order for positivity to return to me. Now, some people may say, you Lance, Reverend Lance, you out of your mind. No, I'm not. Even in the midst of hard times, you can reap good benefits in the midst of a hard time. You don't have to let that hard time or that pandemic give you a sour attitude, make you pessimistic. You don't have to let that pandemic make you pessimistic. Be optimistic in the sense that this too shall pass. In 1916, polio was discovered. It was believed by a lot of people that polio would never end. And in the 1960s, they came up with a vaccine for it. Then polio went under the air. You got vaccinated, and you no longer had to worry about it. Right now, polio is resurfacing because we're not vaccinating, giving our children the proper vaccinations in order to combat it. And it come in the form of coronavirus. The way diseases come about is all that negativity in the air. I view diseases as all that negativity in the air. Who throws up that negativity in the air? We do. Therefore, we are a product of our thoughts. We need to produce healthy thoughts in order to get rid of that negativity. Because if you grew up saying can't, won't, you'll never make it in life. Everything is like a building block. You stack one brick, you lay the cement, you put another brick on top. You lay the cement, you put another brick on top. Eventually, that you're going to create something that you can use by building those bricks and stacking them on top and on each other. You got yourself a house. If you believe in your heart that house is yours and this check will not return to you void, you will make a good profit. All successes comes with challenges. Every challenge that you come across is a sign that you are becoming a stronger person. If you look at a challenge as with an attitude that says, what is this here to teach me? Then you're looking at it from a positive point of view. You're looking at it from a successful standard. But if you're saying to a challenge, why is this happening to me? You're on the road towards failure. Now, every success comes from a failure. Every failure comes with lessons to be learned. Once you grasp those lessons, your failures will eventually turn into a success. Andrew Carnegie was a steel owner. He owned U.S. Steel. But before he became owner of the U.S. Steel, he was a clerk. He had ideas on becoming successful. And he kept telling himself, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And eventually his ideas came to play. It began to produce by action. He had a plan and went about it the right way. You got to have a plan when it comes to success. If you ain't got no plan, you're going to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You got a plan to be successful. That's the key. If you plan out your day and what you're going to do, or your years, or however you want to do it, then your plans will eventually be fulfilled. They will be met. You don't get a degree overnight. You can be successful overnight. I'm not going to say the same thing about success. Anyone can be successful overnight. You just have to take planning before you act.